Hello there, Patience here, out in the park to do another reading for the collective. Yesterday was a lot of heaviness. There was an air of frustration, an air of consternation, and I was reminded by the quote from Voltaire that we cannot free fools from the chains they revere. That essentially you cannot push others out of their comfort zones. They must step out themselves. And the only thing we can control is our own reaction, our own emotional state. Thank you, Bubby. And our own mental state, right? Now, I was watching a video earlier today from Mark Houghton, and he said that Stanford researchers actually found in 2003 that complaining even for 30 seconds will cause permanent damage to your hippocampus. And your hippocampus is essentially what propels you to manifest, to align, to basically tune into your desired realities. So I have the Voltaire playing deck here, and this is essentially another little bubby. Come here, bubs. Come here. So I've just been getting like all these little flying friends that land on me. A little midge landed on me when I got here earlier. Let's see, can you show up on camera? Say hello. Alright, off you go. That tarot essentially started out just as a playing game, a card game, and it wasn't even tarot at the time, but it was called, I believe, Tarocchi, because it originated in Italy, I believe, with cards that were brought in from Egypt. And then the major arcana, the trump cards, were added in over some time, and then tarot became a divination tool in the 1800s by French occultists. So definitely Monsieur Voltaire has a message for us today. My cards are extremely accurate and only show the truth, universe. I ask that you please come in, oversee and protect this divinatory act for the highest good of all. And I thank you so much for your love, wisdom, guidance, benevolence, harmony, and support, universe. So, Monsieur Voltaire, what would you like to show us? That almost came out, but let's see. And I'm just hearing, get out more in the sun, twin. Get out more into nature and soak up that vitamin D. Oh. Hello. My crow friends are here, of course. We got a nice big Bubba out in the field, strutting around. They're so cute when they walk. And I believe the one that flew over is in this tree above me. I see a shadow. And it's so funny because when I did an event not too long ago, the Moliere playing card deck called out to me and was like, I have a message. And I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. I was like, you just wanted to be played with, didn't you? But eventually, the two of clubs fell out. And I was hearing, you know, that we're all on a precipice. So this is just coinciding with the portal that we've all stepped through, the huge shifts that we've all made. And to just remember that your mind can only process 1 to 2% of reality. 98% to 99% of reality is actually veiled from your conscious. I brought peanuts and they know. Yes, I'll put some peanuts out for you, bub. Monsieur Voltaire, what would you like us to see? Go faster? Okay. Oh, all right. 2 here. Oh, so we have the 5 of, well, the 5 of diamonds and the 6 of diamonds. And the diamonds coincide with the pentacles, right? And what you have here is an 11. So, yes, this is referencing the portal, referencing the timeline shift that you've walked through, the timeline shift that you've tuned and aligned into. Because the 5 of Pentacles is about ignoring resources, is about feelings of rejection and dejection, and this is a repeating message throughout the readings. But what the 6 of Pentacles talks about is having the resources to share with others, building community, being able to give of yourself freely. It can also talk about people pleasing, but with the 5 and the 6 coming out, it's about steps, right? The steps that you've taken to build your abundance, to embody the role that you're meant to play in this experience. So what else should we see right now, please? Thank you so much. You're just moving from a space of being in lack to abundance. And it's all in your mind, twin. It's all in your perspective. Monsieur Voltaire, can you please clarify the 5 and the 6 of the Pentacles here? You flying overhead? I'll see you in a bit. There's a bunch of kids at this park. I'm like, shouldn't they be at school right now? We've got young lovers out here, but I'm not paying attention. I just calls it like I sees it, and then I move on. Go a little fast. Aha, thank you. 3 more. So we have the 6 of Spades, which is the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Clubs, which is the 3 of Wands, and the 7 of Hearts, which is the 7 of Cups. So you're moving into, because the 6 of Swords is about moving forward to spaces and places that are more beneficial, that are more aligned with your progress. Spaces and places where you're meant to be, because you've traversed through 1111 on the timer. You've traversed through the spaces and places that have shaped you into the person that you are meant to be, to where you're going. Because the 3 of Wands is also signifying travel, also signifying ships coming in. So, and it's very coinciding with the 6 of Swords, because the 6 of Swords is also about travel. And my water just fell over, so thank you, universe. Because in the traditional tarot deck, it shows 3 figures in a boat going, moving to safer waters. And then the 7 of Cups can talk about distractions, too many options. But for me, the 7 of Cups can also talk about the personality traits, the sense of self, the opportunities that are available. So let's see if we can get a court card to come out. What is the energy of the collective, Monsieur Voltaire? What is the current energy of the collective? Thank you so much. And I'm seeing 3 couples here, so thank you, universe. Okay, well, we didn't get a court card, but we did get the 2 of Swords. So again, another repeating message, 1333 on the timer, to continue to trust the unseen, continue to trust in the progress that you've made, continue to trust in the decisions that you've made, and to how can I say, support your subconscious, to allow your subconscious to support you. As I said earlier, that the conscious mind can only perceive 1 to 2% of the physical paradigm. So essentially, your subconscious never sleeps. I mean, I've heard that there is no subconscious at all, but essentially for me, the subconscious is the higher self. So just trusting that the higher self, like that you've aligned with the reality, to not question, basically us questioning where it is us telling ourselves that we don't have it, but we already have everything that we want, or else we wouldn't want it at all. And we always have everything we want because we are all one. So what you have, I have, what I have, you have, and essentially we always have everything. Wanting nothing brings you everything. But wanting what's for you, you know you already have it. So just allowing the subconscious to work everything out for you. And that's the feeling that I'm getting, is that you do. But, you know, going through the full spectrum of emotions in the human experience, there's times where you can take a couple steps back. Taking a step back is essential because it allows you to assess and observe and formulate the next step to take, or allow the next step to take to be revealed. But backsliding into lower vibrations, lower emotions, is becoming a thing of the past, is becoming something that you're releasing. Thank you, Bubba. And we have on the bottom of the deck, which is the, this is the J.J. Rousseau, and on here it says au contraire. I think the name is Jacques, but that basically, the energy of the collective is to be a contrarian. The energy of the collective is that you're here to question, you're here to not take everything at face value. That we're here to be obtuse, we're here to be too much, we're here to be brats. But just remembering that, oh, my phone is needing a charge, pardon me, there we go. But just having the discernment to when to react and when to not. Just keep focusing on what you want for yourself, twin, and know that you have it. Know that it's here. Know that you're tuning in to those timelines, to the spaces and places that you're moving to. You are in constant contact with the guides. You are in constant contact with the higher self. So just keep doing you. And I did bring the Jane Austen deck. Let's see if we can get a further message here. Miss Austen, do you have a message for the collective? Thank you. And we have the 10 of Clubs. So yeah, you've come to this point of like all these books here. It says The History of Sir Charles Grandison, The Wanderer, Female Quixote, The Mysteries of Udolpho, Belinda, Camellia, Madame de Genlis, A Practical Education. A reading I had done recently, the Queen of Swords appeared from the Gorgon's Tarot deck, and on the bottom we have the Joker, so the Fool. The crows are so happy. They're celebrating. So this had also come out in a reading that I had done recently for my sister. But basically, yeah, having full faith and trust in the universe, having full faith and trust in the higher self, the subconscious, that you couldn't be any more perfect. You couldn't be any more at the perfect pace, in the perfect place, with the perfect people when you're with them. And the breadth of knowledge, the growth, the progress, the burdens that you carried are being released, are falling away, are the baggage that you've felt were necessary to bring along. You are releasing those things. You are completing this cycle of feeling that you're not enough, so you carry too much. And for me, ones are a bit ego-based, so even though pentacles are material, but for me, wands have a lot to do with, like, the wands in the tarot just speak so much to the ego. But that basically, you're in this new cycle where you're not taking on more than you know is for you. You're not overextending yourself anymore. And you should definitely start reading books again. That's also what the card is telling me, is that we are perpetual students. 2222 on the timer. There's always something we can learn in every moment. Because yes, we are affirming the universe with our existence, but yes, we are also meat puppets. So we're not privy to know everything, but the willingness to be shown in each moment raises your vibration. I mean, willingness is one of the most high vibrations on the scale of consciousness. I feel that curiosity is the missing frequency below willingness, but just start reading books again. Go back, and could be fiction, non-fiction, what have you. Could be even research. It's also telling me that you've been thinking about going back to school, whether it's traditional school or learning something in a more spiritual aspect, maybe even both in tandem, why not? But just take on what you know you can handle. Take on what you know. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of squirrels, so it's like they take one acorn at a time. They take one nut at a time. Some of them take two. The bigger ones, and the males, they tend to take two at a time. But generally, they take one at a time. So just don't overburden yourself. And you're not. You're out of that. You're coming out of that cycle. Or you're well on your way of coming out of that cycle. So I'm going to close this reading out, because I feel that that's such a beautiful place to end. And I do appreciate you for joining me in this reading. Comment down below what you're planning to take on coming up here, twin, because I'm so interested to hear. And should this reading resonate with you, like, share, subscribe, because without you there would be nothing. So I'll see you in the next one, okay? Take care. Love ya.